Welcome to RAIN, the Real Estate Investor Growth Network with your hostess, Jen Josie. Join like-minded real estate investors and accelerate your business towards greatness. You will hear step-by-step strategies for success, interviews with real estate rock stars, and we will dig deep into past projects where we bear it all, including the good, the bad, and some just plain ugly. So get excited. Here's the bestower of badassery herself, the real Jen Josie. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, and welcome back. I'm Jen Josie, creator of RAIN, the Real Estate Investor Growth Network. Whoop, whoop. Today's episode, I will be reading one of my past blogs called The Insurmountability of Accountability and the Mistakes I Made. But before we begin, I am going to share today's badassery bestowment, and today it is about visualization. Visualization is seeing a goal as if it's already complete in your mind's eye. It is a core technique used by the world's most successful people. Visualization is effective because it harnesses the power of our subconscious mind. I first began adding visualization to my morning routine after reading Hal Elrod's Miracle Morning. If you have not read this book, get it today, people. Although a daily practice of visualization is vital, we don't need to spend all day thinking about our goals for this technique to work. In fact, spending too much time in visualization can rob you of something essential, which is living in the moment. So start by picking a time during which you review your goals and visualize your success. Ideally, do this twice a day, first thing in the morning and right before you go to bed. The process typically will take 10 minutes or less. So go big or go home, folks. You don't have to know every step of the way. Visualize the perfect life and trust your internal GPS to unfold the perfect path. So now on to today's episode. Again, the title of this blog is The Insurmountability of Accountability and the Mistakes I Made. Almost 3 years ago, I stopped working for the man and became my own boss. Ooh, that feels so good to say. Let me say it again. I quit my job. I was given the freedom I had desired for so many years. What I wasn't prepared for was how lost I felt. I no longer had a set schedule. I didn't have to report to anyone. My coworkers were four-legged and horrible at conversations. I needed a change. I needed to be held accountable for my daily actions. Studies show that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve those goals. It jumps to 78% more likely to achieve those goals when you tell a friend, or in my case, an accountability partner or group. Shortly after I quit my corporate America job, I met someone who was a rock star at renovating properties. She was established in our local real estate investor group and was a presenter at one of our meetings. I was very impressed by her, so after a little bit of online stalking, we became Facebook official. I wanted to know her secrets. What did she do with her business day in and day out? Who influenced her? I wasn't getting enough from following her on Facebook. I needed more. A few months later, I decided to pop the question. Will you be my accountability partner? Not only did she say yes, she took it a step further and invited some other ladies. I had hit the jackpot by getting a whole tribe of accountability partners. At our first meeting, I wanted to be super prepared. I asked the Google, quote, how do you create an accountability group? And, quote, how to run an accountability group. The gist of what I found was to have like-minded people get together to discuss goals. The former teacher in me printed off half sheets of paper with 3 spots for goals and 3 spots for how to achieve each one of those goals. I was so excited to create this group, I named it Real Estate Accountability Ladies. Yay! The day had arrived. We met at a local restaurant and introduced ourselves while everyone looked over the menu and then ordered. I then passed out the goal sheets and explained everyone should write down 3 goals and then write 3 action items on how to achieve those 3 goals. When we finished, we would then announce our goals to the group. I further explained that we would meet again in 2 weeks to review our goals, make new goals, announce those goals, and then repeat. This is when the questions started to arise. What if I don't meet my goals? Will I be in trouble? Are these just business goals? Are we going to meet here every time? What if I know my goals? Do I really have to write them down? Oh, can I bring so-and-so next time? I have to be honest. I wasn't prepared for all the questions. I was still a newbie to these ladies and I didn't want to be overbearing, which, shock, I'm known for. So I just tried to appease everyone. I turned it back over to the group to make up the rules as we went along. This was a big mistake. Fast forward a few months and I felt real started to become a real mess. For some in the group, it was fun to see who could pick the coolest restaurant every other week. Sometimes they would pick a noisy and dark restaurant, which made it hard to hear each other and see our goals, but man, they served a great tuna poke bowl. Others would start off lunch complaining about a contractor, which would turn into a one-upper session about contractor nightmares. Before you knew it, it was 2 hours later and no one had even mentioned a goal. When we did get around to sharing our goals, some started to evolve their goals into simple checklists on what was needed for their current project. Constantly, the dates were getting shifted because one lady would forget and schedule a hair appointment. Then someone would suggest we move the meeting time to the next day, only for that to get rescheduled, etc., etc. After a few months of this, it all boiled over when I had a completely immature hissy fit and erupted on these ladies. My feelings were hurt because I had high hopes for this group. I really needed the accountability and could not understand why they did not see the importance of being held accountable. In a snarky move, I changed our Skype group title to Lunch Ladies and announced I was starting a new accountability group. How could they expect to be called real because they were missing the A for accountability? They were simply Lunch Ladies. I started a new group, but was very careful about who I picked to be part of it. This was almost a year after creating Real, so I developed relationships with other goal-driven business owners. I reached out to people and was very clear on what the purpose of the group would be. I picked people whose businesses were going in different directions. One was focused on large commercial properties funded through syndication. Another did brewer strategies. Another did mostly wholesaling and more. I was surprised to find a guy wanted to join, so I had to change the name to Realm, Real Estate Accountability Ladies plus Man. At our first meeting, I laid down the following 7 guidelines. Number 1, dates will be determined a year out, not to conflict with our local RIA events. Please mark your calendar. If you cannot make a meeting, we will simply see you at the next one. Number 2, you will all be added to a Skype group where you can reach out for support in between meetings. You can also share information on contractors, lenders, etc. This is an easy way to let the group know if you are going to be late or you can't attend a meeting. Skype should not be used to discuss non-related business topics. Number 3, locations will be decided by the group, but the restaurant must be conducive to a meeting atmosphere where everyone can see and hear each other. Number 4, the first few minutes of the meeting will be for catching up with each other until our orders are placed. Then we will start with our goals from last week. Number 5, we will not set a timer, but should not run longer than 5 minutes for each person to review their previous goals, what was accomplished and what was missed. There is no penalty for missed goals. The group is there for support only. Number 6, we will then spend time writing down 3 goals for our next 2 weeks. It can be an open discussion format to have others suggest action items to help achieve those goals. And lastly, number 7, once everyone has announced their goals and action items, we'll then determine the next meeting location. Meeting will then be adjourned. The newly formed Realm served its purpose. I had found a group of people that shared my vision and need for accountability. I was transparent with the purpose of the group prior to them joining and establishing clear expectations. Typical goals we shared were business related, like getting another property under contract, updating their time blocking, or hiring a new general contractor. The group was great at providing suggestions for action items to achieve those goals. Other goals could be fitness and health related, or even a goal to clean out the garage. The group still meets bi-weekly to this day, and we even added another guy. By keeping each other accountable, there has been growth in everyone's business. I also continued to meet with my original group. Not too long after I created Realm, I tucked my tail between my legs and apologized to my lunch ladies for totally showing my ass. I realized that they also provided a real benefit for my business and more so, my soul. One of the ladies suggested we change the name to Property Sisters, which is what we truly are, sisters in business. Once I accepted the true purpose of our sisterhood, these are my go-to girls for celebrations, emotional support, super juicy gossip, and a safe place to complain when needed. They fill that much-needed void of cooler conversations with coworkers who understand the day-to-day grind that your other friends will never understand. I am forever grateful to them. So in conclusion, having an accountability partner or group will grow your business. This is a fact. Accountability comes in many different forms, whether you meet in person, on a call, or in an online group. This is where I insert my gratuitous plug for my online mastermind called Rain Mastermind that you can check out at rainmastermind.com. The important part is to be committed to each other and establish guidelines. When you write down your goals and share them with another individual, your percentage of achieving that goal increases tremendously. If you're not clear with your expectations, you could also luck out like me and discover a new extended work family and friends for life. So that is all. Thank you for listening, and we will catch you on the next episode. Now go out there and share your badassery, and don't forget, make it a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. Whoop whoop.
Thank you for listening to RAIN, the Real Estate Investor Growth Network. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform so you never miss an episode. If you need more badassery, you can follow Jen Josie by visiting therealjenjosie.com or become a member of RAIN by registering on rainmastermind.com.